just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Hey everybody, welcome to the Late Late Hour Show again. Here we are, finally we're together.
Breaking quarantine.
Okay, shut it. No, we are here. We are back together. Hoping this stuff is out of the way now.
We're willing it to go. Just whatever.
Yeah, be gone. But yes, we are going to talk about.
This was the only place I went anyway.
I think. Yeah.
I didn't really go anywhere else.
Well, we got Deepstar Six, 1989.
I thought it was the Abyss.
Ted threw this out last week.
Boy, that was a misleading trailer.
You know what? It's 1989. It's directed by Sean S. Cunningham, who did Friday the 13th.
It's even got the same composer, Henry Manfredi.
Henry Manfredi.
Did the music?
Manfredini. Right?
Manfredini.
Yeah, Manfredi.
Henry M.
Henry Mancini.
That would have been a coup.
Yeah, but and even the ending, and we'll talk about it, kind of is Friday the 13th kind of scene-wise. But anyways, so...
neither of us had seen it. That one slipped by my radar.
Yeah,
out of all the underwater movies that came out in 89.
In 89. I mean, this is the thing I was going to say. It's amazing that, this movie in particular, and then we had The Abyss. We had...
That's what we should have done.
Number one on the list, The Abyss. Leviathan. Another very good...
Leviathan. You see that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember that. I want to say I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
Very good movie. I believe Ed Harris is in that
Ed Harris is in The Abyss.
No, that's The Abyss. Leviathan is RoboCop. Peter
Weller.
Yes, Peter Weller.
All right, that's watchable.
And then we have The Evil Below, The Rift, The Lords of the Deep. People will know Lords of the Deep. But yeah, a slew. And then you got Deepstar Six. And,
Didn't create any rumbles.
Didn't.
I think it just made back its budget and kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
I sent Dino the trailer. I was just, scoping out some 80s movies. I was like, here's one we missed. And that has to be one of the most misleading trailers I've ever seen in my life. They made it seem like it was action, not just action-packed, but thrills. That monster was popping out here. That monster was popping out there.
Did they trick you, Ted?
That monster is in this movie for a total of 3 goddamn minutes, and that's about it.
I was
3 goddamn minutes of screen time.
I know.
I remember watching it last night going, when the fuck is this monster showing up? There's only 30 minutes left.
I'd say that's pretty much the most disappointing thing on the movie, of course, because when you see the creature eventually...
It's kind of cool.
It's a very cool kind of creature.
It reminded me of the sandworms in Dune. Sort of.
Yeah, or what's the little worm in Wrath of Khan, Star Trek.
Oh, I forgot what they're called, but they're bad.
Very miniature version, but...
as long as they don't get near your ears.
Yeah.
He put creatures in our ears.
It wraps itself around your cerebral cortex.
Eventually, death.
But yeah, the most disappointing part... I mean, the movie was a good movie.
Yes.
I
really
enjoyed
good
it.
Underwater effects, model work, whatever they did.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the creature, just the last 5 minutes. But you know what? Isn't that the way it goes with a lot of these trailers?
Well,
you're like, oh my god,
man.
And then you find out with some movies, everything that was good was in the trailer.
That's the way it seems to be these days. But everything's such a big, every 5 minutes there's a money shot.
Right.
And
it's a
here,
production.
that trailer really made it seem like this was a little bit more horror. It's a lot more science
Ted's
fiction.
Like, how did we miss this creature?
That's what I said. How did we miss this one? This looks cool.
And we get it, but not much of it.
I'm not walking away and telling you guys it's a bad movie. It's not.
It's a very
Matter of
good
fact, it's coming out on Blu-ray soon. If you're a fan, the actors are decent. The dialogue's a little bit.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I think actor-wise, and this is what. I think the story was it really was great. I mean, it was a great story.
It's all right. Had Lloyd Braun.
It had. The actors and actresses were really good in this. There were no cheesy performances or anything like that. Maybe
the 2 guys in the Rover or whatever that the hillbilly kind of one.
Yeah.
Goddamn, we lost it again.
Yeah, and even the Lloyd Braun character, who is I forget who he's played by.
His name I just know his name was Jim, but I mean I just kept saying Lloyd Braun in my head.
Jim. But anyways,
I wish I had a little bell.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so there's Lloyd Braun. If you know Seinfeld, if you're a fan of Seinfeld, he's kind of the boyfriend to Nia Peoples.
Yeah.
Who?
That was a wasted opportunity there.
Oh,
that shower
my
scene.
God. Oh, God, Ted.
It's like you can't pan down just
a little
6
bit.
inches?
Well,
Give me something.
Even when she was talking with the captain, you know, they tried to, because her, you know, they're out there, and the nipples were hard, and I'm just saying.
I liked watching her work out.
Yeah, that was
At least
nice
she had
too.
some sweat on her ass.
Yeah, that was nice.
I licked that sweat
But
off.
you know, she's from Fame. She played Fame.
I'm gonna live forever.
In the TV series Fame.
I'm gonna live. I never watched the TV series.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But yeah, she was fantastic. Nancy Everhard, who plays Joyce in the movie, is
Everhard.
the perfect name because you know what? Even
like you'd think, even as an actress, she would have changed that.
I was going to say Nia Peoples, you know, but you know Nancy
Call myself.
Everhard. She was very
She's like,
cute.
screw it, I'm
man.
keeping that name. Yeah, she wasn't.
She was very cute, and she played on some other. You know, a lot of these people played in made-for-TV movies. McBride, played by Greg Evigan.
Yeah, well, I never saw him anywhere. Where'd you see him?
Oh, well, first of all, he was tons of TV shows back in the 80s, and My
Back
Two
in the
Dads.
80s?
My Two Dads.
Oh, that's the guy from My Two Dads?
That's the guy from My Two Dads.
I never watched that show, but I heard of it.
Yeah,
I know the concept. A girl with two
It was
dads.
just 4 seasons, but it was a pretty good show. But
You watched them all.
yeah, he played in quite a few things, and
I knew Miguel Ferrer because
yeah.
well, he
Law and Order or
who? Miguel Ferrer?
Yeah, what did he?
He was
play
in Twin Peaks. Tons of other.
He played in one of
He's
those
in-
like Law and Order.
Probably. He's
or
in a lot of
L.A.
things.
Law or something like that.
My first experience with him was Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And
N-
then RoboCop.
speaking of
probably,
Twin Peaks-
probably RoboCop first. But.
Yeah. Speaking of Twin Peaks with Nia Peoples. Twin Peaks.
Pure hilarities. He always plays a dick really well, Miguel Ferrer. I don't think I've ever seen him play a nice guy.
Yeah.
He's always playing a jackass. And he's really good at it.
He was a stupid, dumb jackass.
No, he
movie.
did what the protocol said to do.
He was let's see, in this movie, Deepstar 6, his character
He
was
just didn't have a lot of courage.
Yeah, he was the cowardly lion.
All right.
Lion.
But
he
did what the computer told him to do. But then when
it says blow it up, I mean, then you would go, wait a second, I better talk to people. I'm going to have to blow this up.
I may have asked somebody else.
But, you know.
Hey, can I just get your eyes on this for a second? Can I get your opinion? Should I blow these nukes?
Yeah. Because that blew the whole thing up.
Oh, it
messed
woke the
everything.
beast and got him out.
Well, the beast was woke before
went in
that.
the cavern. So, like, this movie's kind of like about a scientific team that's working.
Give
for
us a summation.
The Navy.
Sum up.
I don't know. They're trying to install some missiles under the water, under the ocean. They're very deep under the ocean.
And I forget the guy's name.
They've been there for months and months and months.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the scientist who's leading it, but you know, there's always like the token Russian guy, the token black guy. They both die because it was the 80s.
Ain't too many because it was the 80s.
Because it was the 80s. That's how it was. There ain't gonna be no Russian guy living in that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And in the course of getting these missiles installed, they discover that they're on top of a gigantic cavern where evidently in the past, according to Nia Peoples' character, there's been some odd activity. Scarpelli.
I love that name. So
Hispanic playing an Italian.
Right. Scarpelli.
The leader, the head, not the captain of the vessel, but the scientific leader doesn't want to hear anything about it. We've got to get these things installed, or it's my ass.
The missile platform is what's going to go over this whole area.
He says to blow it, and we'll level it off, and then we'll get the nukes there. Well,
I've got no time.
When they do that, they kind of wake up, Shai Hulud from Dune.
The guy ain't got no time for this.
And they ain't got no time to blow it.
Ain't gonna got no time for this. Oh.
And some kind of sort of
Scott Pelley ain't
underwater
got no time for this.
sandworm. I don't know what kind of creature this is.
Well, Nia Peoples,
Like a
Scarpelli,
underwater scorpion or something.
yeah, Scarpelli's kind of. She had some lore that there were creatures, giant creatures in this area.
Grimoire of
whatever.
Let me open up this book.
I've been watching Lord of the Rings lately. Orcs are everywhere. But yeah, it's so she kind of wants to investigate the caverns and all that beforehand, but he ends up blowing it up and dismissing her, and saying
because they're under the gun. They literally have just a little bit of time left before the Navy's going to pull the contract.
I mean, he should have had a little bit longer talk with her if she was so pushing the fact to do this. I mean, I might have given her some time.
And they're ultimately trying to say that people they want to build like an installation down here where people will
institution
where people will work. And that's part of this project as well, to prove that people can live here. Mm-hmm. I don't know why you'd want to live under so much pressure of water all the time.
Get in the decompression tank.
Oh God, yeah. I wonder if that happens in real life.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe somebody out there knows.
You got to decompress. I mean,
and
your stress level's high down there, so you got to sit back and drink some chamomile tea.
It's not even like there's a whole lot of
nothing.
Like I said, in a nutshell, I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, they go down into the cavern to kind of scope it out. A couple guys go missing. We don't really see it. There's something really big coming.
There's a creature flying at us.
Boo, boo! It's huge. Look at the size of it. We don't get to see it.
Well, the set and the vehicles, I think, are kind of
they're pretty good.
Yeah. What did they kind of say? This kind of reminded. I was reading some stuff. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea kind of had a same kind of feel to it, but I don't know. I didn't see that.
Well,
but
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea is a much superior film.
Well, no kidding.
I mean,
you get models.
Jules Verne is your author, and you've got James Mason in the movie.
Sorry.
And Kirk Douglas and Peter Lorre.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Why don't we do that movie? I can talk about it right now.
But there are model sets and stuff like that under the water, which kind of look pretty darn good. I mean,
I have no complaints with any of the model work and everything. I thought for what it was pretty good. I didn't think,
You look real close, you can tell it's their models,
some mats
but
and things. But
yeah, it's
for the most
pretty
part,
good.
It looks pretty damn good. It's not the Abyss, but it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
For whatever it cost, $80 million.
$8 million.
$8 million. Is that what it cost? $8 million? 80? Yeah, I guess
$80 million. Holy shit. That's a pretty big budget for 1989, Ted.
Yeah, where's the money?
What are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
What you talking about, man? But yeah, no, that was
There's a couple of relationships. There's two women, so of course, there's three women, but of course, two of them are involved in relationships. The other one isn't.
Yeah, Scarpelli and Lloyd Braun. And
How
Joyce
lame.
and McBride are kind of.
So you think the other two would have hooked up?
Who?
The two hottest people. The McBride guy and the Nia Peoples girl. No. They were the hottest ones.
I don't know. I liked Everhard. I like Joyce.
I'm just saying.
Especially when
she looked like she fits more with a Lloyd Braun type.
What? Well, first of all,
someone out there will agree with me.
First of all, either of the women look like Lloyd's type at all to begin with.
I know.
But he got lucky, and Nia Peoples liked him Scarpelli liked him for some reason.
What were her other choices?
The captain.
The captain. And interracial wasn't as popular back then as it is now.
Yeah, true.
And the Russian guy, he's out.
Yes, Smirnov. What was his name? Wasn't it Smirnov?
I can't even pronounce his name. I
I
pulled up IMDb just because I couldn't remember all the characters.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Bursiaga, I have no idea what the hell his name was. And no one's fucking Snyder. So Miguel Ferrer's character, because he's such a jackass.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's...
did you like the breakfast scene? It was kind of reminiscent of Alien there.
I was going to say, even
my eggs are cold. There's no oatmeal.
Well, don't you think a lot of these movies, even The Abyss, Leviathans, they kind of, took the aliens, and kind of put that in the water situation. And, it kind of all had that
It's
kind
really
of same
played,
feel. You know what I
get
mean?
that you get that Last Supper kind of feel in a lot of films. Maybe just because Ridley Scott just you're out there in the middle of nowhere. You're on this huge not oil rig, but mining vessel, and there's just 7.
It's on the mining vessel there, Captain.
And there's just 7 of you, and you're sitting around Last Supper-ish. And
Last Supper-ish?
Well, ish. And then, then the shit happens. It's such an iconic moment, and before the chest burster scene in Alien.
Yeah.
I guess you can't help, once you've seen it once, that scene's forever in your head. And I imagine that's probably why it's in so many films. Maybe not even, hey, let's do an Alien
or influence.
Scene. It's just there.
Well, the group of people and
but I guess they have to
expedition
eat somewhere.
Yeah.
But how about in the original Star Wars trilogy? You never see anybody eat anything.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
I don't think you ever see Luke Skywalker eat anything.
I don't think that was top priority. Well, the Last Jedi, he's
I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that is.
It's some kind of Star Wars.
I heard there was a fan movie.
Yeah.
Out there where he was drinking some titty milk, but
yeah, he was. Yeah.
That's not my trilogy.
He was a baby and he was getting his formula.
I mean, he kind of almost put in Empire. Almost kind of put some kind of breadstick in his mouth and then threw it away. And
true.
In the original Star Wars, because it was just called Star Wars when I saw it.
Yeah.
I don't know he didn't eat nothing on that plate when he wanted to go, to the academy, and his uncle shut him down. They had that gray milk or
Luke
whatever.
was eating when he was with his aunt and uncle.
You don't see him put any food in his mouth.
He's going like this.
Nobody, none of the main characters, none of the human characters are putting any food in their mouth.
When they were sitting down at
never
the
even
table,
see him drink anything. I don't think.
Really, I don't know.
Don't think so.
I'm gonna find one and show it to you.
I'm telling
Look
you.
at Ted.
Luke, Han, Chewbacca, Lando, Calrissian. I don't think you ever see him drink anything or eat anything. Go to bathroom.
Go show them go to the bathroom.
I would have liked to see them go.
John?
Where's the John?
Where's the John?
I would have liked to see the Millennium Falcons, John.
Yeah.
Do you think there was
At
a
least
septic
walk
tank,
by.
or do you think it just dumped immediately out into space?
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I would think it could. By this point, they would incinerate the poop or whatever is in there, the tank. Mm-hmm. Incinerate it. You don't want that sitting there. Yeah, and it maybe just
launch
gets
it out into
evacuated out of
space.
space or something.
Maybe before they go to hyperspace, they got to dump the poop.
But if you got the technology, you might as well just incinerate it as it comes out your.
So remember in Empire when he's attached to the Star Destroyer?
Yeah.
And then he's going to detach and float away with the garbage.
Right.
Don't you think that's probably when the Empire just dumped all their septic tanks? There would have been poo everywhere. The Falcons got no windshield wipers.
That's you believing there's septic tanks in the future like this.
Well, where's the poo going?
Again, everything can be incinerated.
Maybe they're using it for fuel. Maybe the Death Star ran on methane.
Well, there you go. I mean,
I don't know.
It could be a million different things. It could be turned into fertilizer or fuel for potting stations in space.
You never see Iron Man go to the bathroom in any of their movies. Maybe he goes in the suit.
It could. Yeah.
Well, see, because that's what I'm saying. Like in Dune,
Yeah.
the still suits, when you guys see that, well, most of you probably ain't read the book, but when you see the first part of the movie that comes out this December, if we're allowed to go to movies.
Yeah, if we're allowed.
And please, try to see this movie so they can get the second part done, because I'd really like to see it.
Yeah.
The still suits recycle all
Maybe
the body
it'll go
waste.
on demand. We'll all see it.
Well, yeah, but if it doesn't make enough money, they're not going to make the second half.
Oh, well, wasn't it Universal who... I mean, they said they're making money.
Oh, they're making
more than
money.
the theaters.
Well, that's Universal.
Didn't
a
Troll World, whatever, make over 100 million?
I mean, you'll have to ask the people that follow how much movies make.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the movie again here.
But wait, the still suits
Yeah.
recycle all your waste. You can piss in them, shit in them, and it's recycled right there in the suit. I don't know how.
Fantastic.
I mean, even in the David Lynch one, he said feces is recycled in the thigh pads. How does it get from over here and it gets sucked to your thighs? And it's pulling water out, and then what do you got to clean that out? The residue or something? It's disgusting.
Technology, Ted, is
how can a suit do all that?
What are you asking me for?
I don't know.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Well, what about on this vessel down here? They had to have septic
In this
tanks.
vessel?
In this vessel. The
What do you mean,
nuclear vessels.
The nuclear vessels.
Where are Star Trek 4? Where are the nuclear vessels? You know how funny that was?
Oh my God.
You guys like Star Trek 4?
Oh, I love it.
I mean, to me, Star Trek: The Motion Picture is my favorite one, and I know it's the dog out of all of them, but it's the closest to the series.
Yeah.
Everybody likes the action-packed ones after that, but when he's walking around San Francisco rushing with that, where are the nuclear vessels?
Oh my God. Oh, I love those Star Trek movies.
Oh, good. And see, my whole family very rarely went to a movie, like all of us.
Yeah.
I think we all saw Ernest Goes to Camp. And I swear to God, I think the only other one is Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
Voyage Home. Those are the only two movies I can think of where all four of us went to the movies.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, that's it. Ernest Goes to Camp.
Leave it to your brood there.
And no one liked to go to the movies with my dad because he wouldn't buy popcorn and stuff. I remember he took us to see E.T. when it got re-released again.
Yeah.
Like, after a year or whatever, they took it away for 2 months and people missed it, so they brought it back. And we were going, seeing it at the mall, and I remember my little sister, she's like, what about popcorn? And he's like, oh, we'll get it after. We'll get it after. We'll get it after.
Oh, my God. Oh, we'll get it on the way out.
I swear to God, I remember him saying that.
What's the point?
We'll get it after.
Some pop? You don't need that.
Well, he's the same guy that bought my sister a sad meal. He bought her a cheeseburger, French fries, and a drink, no toy. He refused to buy Happy Meals. It's a sad meal.
What the hell?
Can't you just spend the extra $1 for the stupid toy?
Oh, Lord.
I mean, it's hilarious now. But
especially all the stuff your dad collected.
It was traumatic.
Anyway.
It's traumatic back then.
Oh,
but
that's
now it's
funny.
hilarious. We'll get it after. That's what I'm telling my kids next time we go to movies, if we're ever allowed to go to movies again.
Yeah, if we're allowed.
Yeah, I'll have to probably have social distancing between. I hate that phrase.
I don't even want to hear it. Yeah,
they're going to make you sit 6 feet apart from your kids.
we should have done the show with masks on.
Oh, probably.
Anyways,
Listen, I wear one all day at work. I'm not wearing one in this damn show. Oh God!
you will listen to what I say.
Yes, ma'am.
But yeah, no. This, again, the good things about this was, the story was pretty good. The actors and actresses were good.
Oh, we're getting back to the movie.
Well, we might as well talk about it and finish
All right.
it up here. At least our summation on what we think of it and stuff like that.
That's fair.
But yeah, there were. What was your favorite scene in it?
Oh, it's got to be the explosive decompression scene. Except I wish it was a little bit more of a money shot. So here's what happens. They got to get out of here. They realize there's this creature out there. It's attacking the station.
Yeah.
And before they can leave, they have to secure the nukes.
Right.
Okay. Or no, wait. I think they got the order to go topside. That's what happened. They got orders. Your project's done. Go.
Yeah.
But before they can leave and decompress, they have to secure the nukes, and that's what Miguel Ferrer, his character's called Snyder.
Yeah.
That's his job. And I don't know if he makes a mistake or if the computer... He tells the computer what it wants to know, and it tells him to detonate, or to fire the nukes.
He tells them there's 3 different variables on,
for why you're
doing it. And the one he picks is aggression, because... He asked what were the creatures? How did they come at me? They were aggressive. So he hit aggression.
And that the computer's probably thinking aggression from another country.
Right, Russia is coming at you.
These days it's China sending us viruses and hornets and
Of
course, did you see the one after the hornets come? They already got the next thing, the pigeon sharks.
Pigeon sharks.
The shark pigeons.
Yeah, that's next. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. The shark pigeons. 4 more months inside because we got to flatten that curve. Oh my God, there's so many phrases that are going to be part of our vernacular.
No,
now.
I don't.
People are going to go, no, social distancing, N95.
But please, let's okay.
You know,
so yeah,
flatten the curve.
So where were you going with that?
Well, instead of asking anybody else's opinion, he just blows off these missiles and detonates like a nuclear explosion. I don't know if it's a completely nuclear explosion. I don't know if he detonated the warheads or if they just the explosive part. Yeah. It's a pretty big damn explosion.
Yeah, sets off not a tidal wave because they're
water, it screws everything
whatever.
up because then this thing starts attacking. This it damages the station to where they can't decompress.
This is a movie it's hard to talk about because there's not a whole lot to talk about. But
we're doing it. Their ability to decompress becomes compromised.
Yeah.
And in true Star Trek: The Next Generation fashion, they find a way to run a bypass through the through the what are they called? Whatever crystals and
you mean okay
through the main reactor engines.
Yeah, they bypass and
it looks like they just take some hoses.
Yeah, and get power from a different part of the ship or the
dilithium crystal shaft.
Deepstar, whatever. Yeah. So let's reroute this.
That guy with that banana clip over his eyes, man. He knows how to do everything.
Guardy LaForge?
Guardy LaForge.
Yeah. he can do anything, yeah.
He can do anything.
Mr. Scott can do
it's the
quite a bit
rainbow,
too, though, but yeah,
Except see without a banana clip on his face.
But yeah, he does reroute, so they get power so that they can decompress the evacuee ship thing, whatever. Right. Yeah. Looks like some Ferris wheel.
Then some other shit goes down, and compartments start flooding out. I can't really remember why because it wasn't that memorable. And
it was an okay movie.
The creature ends up coming out into the ship, eats a couple people, cuts Lloyd Braun in half.
What's it?
Oh, because they needed him to go out.
He needed to go outside, and he went in.
I don't know, to reattach something to the dilithium afterburner. And
it was a way to get somebody outside to bring the creature in, and
he got cut in half.
And he's in some kind of weird suit, looks like a
Deepstar suit, which was on the movie poster, and you never actually get to see anybody really use it.
I know. Maybe stuff was cut out of the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe more creature scenes and
I'd really like to see those cut scenes.
If there was a nude scene of Nia Peoples, that
would have been in the movie.
That
would have put asses in fucking seats.
Yeah, you would have.
You'd have made $8 more million right there.
Kids would have went over and over just to see that.
That's right.
Yeah. I gotta go
I'd have
see
been
that
sneaking
again.
in.
I gotta go see that.
Gotta go see them titties. And the creature doesn't look that bad. I mean, I wish we could have saw it a little bit more, or more of it. And I'd like to have seen it do a little bit more damage because I like that kind of stuff. I like, when people make creatures out of whatever they make them out of. I can't do it, but I
love when they make creatures out of whatever
latex or
stuff they make them out of.
Like the Thing and all that. I like that kind of stuff. I like.
See, some creatures are people.
Yeah.
With makeup on. Some creatures are made out of, like you said, latex and stuff like that.
Bubblegum wrappers, whatever
and some
they use.
are CGI'd, Ted.
See, that's not cool.
But I'm just letting you know what they're made out of.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah. Some are made out of love.
Out of love.
Depending, what creature we're talking about at the moment. But,
You put me off. Now I can't think what happened.
After
a bunch of people die, there's just a few people left, and they're going to get into the decompression chamber. And then they're going to there's an escape pod.
Well, after all of that, though, what's his name again?
Hold up. We forgot a cool part. Yeah. Miguel Ferrer, they have to go down there, and I forget why, because something's got to be hooked up. Something didn't get hooked up right for them to decompress.
Yeah.
And so they got some guns, and they got these, I don't know.
Spears that, shoot out air?
You probably some carbon dioxide,
or something.
When you stab something, it blows up.
Yeah, inject CO2 in some body or helium.
Miguel Ferrer already screwed up setting off the nukes, so he's upset about that, and everybody's riding his ass.
Right.
And then when he's down there, the head scientist guy backs into his because I think he gets the monster comes up or something, and he startles and he goes right back into his spear and his whole chest.
Did he or did he stab him?
No, he ain't.
It looked like he did, but
It wasn't on purpose.
No, it wasn't.
It was 100% accidental. I can't recall if he, but
coward.
Yeah, because like when that monster comes up, he's the first one up the
freaks
ladder.
out. Oh,
I'm out of here. Doesn't even try to help anybody.
Closes the door behind him.
He's like George Costanza when the fire was. He's pushing kids and old ladies.
Get out of here, fire!
You were pushing kids and old ladies out of here. Seemingly.
But what I was doing, I forget how he said it.
I was clearing the way.
Yeah, I was clearing the way for safety. And then they started hollering at him and stuff.
Seemingly.
Bozo the Clown. Who's this Bozo the Clown you keep talking about?
Bozo?
You have some infatuation with Bozo the Clown.
Bozo.
Because I forget the name of the clown in that episode of Seinfeld. Something the Clown, and George was all pissed off.
Because he didn't know who Bozo was.
Yeah. Well,
the most famous clown in the world.
And because the clown name was kind of stupid, he'd go, why would you pick that when there's a Bozo the Clown? Yeah, get off it, man. You're hooked.
It's just a gig, man. Yeah. Fire.
But anyways,
seemingly.
What you talking about?
So when they go and tease him that he's chicken shit, seemingly. So yeah, but that was a cool effect where the guy's chest starts blowing up and just that was neat. So they ride his ass about that a little bit, and he's going.
He's
nuts.
freaking out, yeah. And
they have to hold him down to give him a shot.
Yeah, she gives him a
horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, to sedate him and stuff. It
didn't look like it really sedated him much,
No, but enough to where he's sitting there while they're getting packed, and I don't know why the woman goes off and is getting packed food and stuff for their journey.
How long do they have to decompress?
I don't know.
See, when she was doing that at first,
not that long.
I thought, do they have to decompress for like days or something?
Because she's packing up like it's going to take days.
I mean,
get some food,
getting up to the surface, 20 minutes. I don't know.
That's it. Yeah. They show it later on, and that's what happens. But
someone might get hungry.
He starts like kind of hallucinating, and he's seeing what's his name that just died. He killed and stuff like that, and he freaks out and runs to the escape pod and
without decompressing.
And she goes, doesn't she? Yeah, without the compressor. She goes, well, he's not going to make it anyways.
Right.
I think Stryker.
Now, I need someone to tell me if this actually happens. Now I know you cannot just be from depths of water and shoot back up. I mean, hell, even in Creature from the Black Lagoon, when they're deep in the water, they kind of hang there for a little bit. I mean, even they address that issue in that film. Way back in the 50s.
Yeah.
So I know, and even in the Abyss, that is in the Abyss, he starts getting the delirium. I forgot what it's called. The bends.
The bends.
Bends. That's when Michael Biehn's character starts getting a little.
Yeah, he gets the bends.
The bends.
They got that term from Mercedes. He was a great explorer back in the 20s, I believe, and he came up with that with his friend Jacques Cousteau, and they kind of were diving for sea turtles in Galapagos. And
Jacques Cousteau always wore a hat.
And Mercedes said, Jacques, stop, you're going to get the Benz. And later on would come out with his line of cars, the Mercedes-Benz.
I'll be damned.
So
you never know how these things come together. I'll be damned.
Son of a bitch.
Nobody's even listening this far.
Nobody's listening.
Nobody's
listening to what we're saying. But no, it's so that happens. But what were you saying? Is it even real?
Well, what happens
it's a real thing.
To Snyder is he's shooting up in the pod. I mean, not shooting up, but I mean the pod is
shooting up in the pod.
He starts to get the nosebleed, the ears are bleeding. Okay, that I can believe. But then, he starts getting bumps under his skin and shit. Well, yeah. And then you don't see it. It happens on camera. You just hear a... And you get the idea, and a bunch of blood goes on the wall. Now, if this had been RoboCop, you would have seen that.
True.
You would have seen that guy blow up.
True.
And I was just curious if anybody out there knows, can that really... I mean, because I'm too lazy to look it up in GTS. Can that really happen? Can you, like, you know...
Totally
Because
blow
even
up?
in space, you don't blow up. You just freeze. Like, your eyes will freeze up. And
Right.
You're not going to blow up.
Yeah,
And if you're Princess Leia, you can evidently stay alive and
I would think
float
that if
Mary
there's...
Poppins your way through space.
I would think if there's...
That's just a rumor I heard.
Well, true. Yeah, I'm sure.
But, yeah,
I would think
you
if there's
actually
enough...
blow.
I would think if there's enough pressure there that you technically could.
And if you have
But-
spent that many months, let's say 4 or 5 months under deep pressure like that, how long do you have to decompress? Don't astronauts have to decompress
Yeah.
when they come back?
Yeah.
Like, they don't just come right off the shuttle and be like,
No.
hey, what's up? I mean, they have
They
to
wait a while. Yeah.
I wonder how long they have to decompress for. Does it take that long?
I don't know. They didn't give limits. We could look up scientific journals after.
But I
and
mean,
find
a
out.
lot of times what's popular these days is to ask the question and hope people out there in internet land
Right.
answer it for you.
True.
So that's what I'm trying. You know, because I don't have Alexa here with me right now.
Right. No, I hear you. I mean,
Of course, I just like to add
I'm not
hairy
sure-
balls to the shopping list just to hear. Adding hairy balls to the shopping list. Kids think it's funny.
who knows if you can actually technically blow up, like just blow up from the
I mean, I
outside
almost
in.
did at
Inside.
Benihana one time
Mm,
because I ate so much.
I can see that.
And
happening.
I had that, you know, really large bottle of sake. But
I mean, what did you have? Like 7 burritos and
that Japanese
Two-
place, man. No,
2 corn on the cocks?
Took on the cacks. And I must have ate about 17 pounds of shrimp.
We need a turkey and 2 corn on the cocks.
Took on the cack and a turkey.
It's a for the turkey day.
You got the tomatoes?
2 corns on the cocks.
Avante. You got the... this is Nico.
Can you put butter on that, please? What?
You put the butter on the corn on the cacks.
This is a Nico.
It's Nico.
What you do to
You
me?
got the tomatoes?
What you do, you bastard?
Nico. This is Nico.
Oh my God.
Nobody
So yeah,
gets
he blows up.
Yeah, I wish we could have
Yeah,
seen it
no.
because it was looking pretty cool, and then
I know.
But I was really curious, like when the arms just started getting all
That was cool.
bubbly, like in Akira, you know, something like that. I was curious if that was
But
the shit.
eventually, I mean, you get down to everybody ends up dying except for Joyce and Stryker.
What about the captain?
Oh,
captain gets it
yeah.
kinda
Talk
bad.
about that a little bit while I take a nap.
The Russian guy, you know, there's an accident in the lab. It's in one of the other. I don't know if it's like another structure. I mean, they have to take like the little
It is another
submarine
structure,
to get
Ted.
to it.
So that means it's another structure.
I guess, or maybe it's just too far away to walk. It's better to
Joyce's
take half an
hideout.
hour to get into the sub, and you know, whatever.
No, well, it literally moves and ends up falling off the cliff.
Right.
So it's not part of Deepstar 6.
Right. And they have to. The captain and
Tennille.
not Lloyd Braun, the other guy, has
Stryker.
to go and get. Not, I don't know. Has to go and save them, and you can see they have to open one of those hatch
McBride.
doors. McBride, yeah.
Why don't you say Stryker?
I didn't say Stryker. You
I
said
said
Stryker.
it. It's McBride.
Well, I forgot his name was McBride.
Joyce and McBride.
I used to take care of a guy named Tom McBride a long time ago.
Really?
He's
Yeah.
a mailman.
He's part of the McBride family.
I could have been. I mean,
Right?
I don't know. But my guy was a real guy, though.
Oh, okay.
He used to talk in English, and then he'd slip into Gaelic, and I could never understand what the hell he was saying. And he used to get mad and go, "If you don't let me out, I'm going to smash every window in the place."
Get me some corn on the cocks.
And no one wanted to sit by him because when he ate, just food would fly out of his mouth because he's talking. Ah, you think you're a Canadian? Yeah, instead of comedian, he'd say Canadian. You think you're a Canadian?
You're Canadian, no? Oh my God! We're off the rails today, man. Who would have thought? Deepstar 6.
He'd be yelling.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by Yoo-Hoo.
Why don't we get us some ecto? Someone send us some ecto coolers.
That would be fantastic.
He would always claim that he had to make a urination. He'd go, I have to make a
urination.
urination. But he had a catheter. And I'd say, Tom, you got a catheter. Oh, So I do.
He's letting me know. So I do. Go
I have to make a Yiddish.
That's chocolatey.
Chocolate. You think it's chocolate milk, but it's watered down Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo. I've never had a Yoo-hoo. I've never had a Yoo-hoo.
You've never drunk a Yoo-hoo
Well,
before.
it's not chocolate milk, right? It's a chocolate drink.
Right.
I prefer chocolate milk. It's the only milk I will drink. I'll drink chocolate milk.
But there's nothing milk about this. That's why you should try
That's why
it.
I don't think it's cool. Like,
Oh no, Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo
can
is
you
an
drink chocolate milk?
entity.
I know you got a problem with lactose.
Because lactose, yeah.
But I mean, you like chocolate milk, right?
Oh yeah.
If you could drink chocolate milk or drink that, you'd drink chocolate milk, right?
Depends what mood I'm in because
The
Yoo-hoo
mood
has
that you're in right now.
Yoo-hoo has a distinctive taste.
What about strawberry Yoo-hoo?
But yeah, I mean,
Have you ever had strawberry milk?
chocolate, huh?
Strawberry milk, like the dairy milk? Oh, that's
well,
good.
strawberry.
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 No, the
Give me one of
strawberry.
them strawberries.
The strawberry Nesquik.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I like it when it's already mixed. You know, I don't like the powders.
Remember Bosco?
Bosco.
Chocolate Bosco?
Bosco.
You remember? Yeah, Bosco. That's
the password.
That's another Seinfeld.
Bosco.
It's George Costanza's password for his card. Bosco.
Here, give me your password, George.
No.
And Kraut Kramer figures it out. You're a portly fellow, aren't you? It's not the salts. It's not the salty foods you crave. No, it's the sweets.
He figures it out. It's just so unrealistic, but he does.
You're a portly fellow, aren't you?
But okay, so yeah, the very end of
Why
the
did
movie.
we quit doing a Seinfeld show? I don't know why.
I don't know. We can do that.
Want to just switch off? And
I had Art Bell going on, but we came back to this for
we
some
didn't
reason.
even get to do that one.
Well, we'll talk about it. Let us know if you put a comment below if you enjoyed
Smash
the
the
show.
like button.
Because maybe we'll do a different show.
Why don't we do a show where we say like you lost your dog or something like that, and get everybody feeling bad for us, and they'll send you some dough.
Oh, jeez.
Well, so pictures of me hanging up lost dog signs. People are
Tonight's
suckers for that
episode
stuff.
brought to you by Yoo-hoo.
They don't care that
The
kids are
drink-
dying of COVID or whatever, man. They care about these dogs.
So the very end of the movie,
Right.
the creature is basically because everything starts flooding. All the chambers start flooding up and everything.
Never
else.
good, man.
And they finally get another. Well, McBride goes out and gets the other. What do you call it? Ship,
Submarine.
Missile, submarine, whatever, escape submarine or vehicle, whatever, and gets it over to the one hatch that they're able to decompress
Right.
to escape in that. And it's only McBride and Joyce left. But
And I don't know how long they decompress for. I mean, there's a bed there.
They only had 5 hours total before the place was going to
So
blow.
they decompressed for as long as they could.
Well, no,
before the place blew.
It seemed like they had time
Because it was going to go...
because it went off, and he says, "Oh, we're good now."
Oh, okay.
So, but
They only had so much time before, like in Aliens, where the whole thing was going to get nuked.
Well,
Like,
Ted,
the whole thing was going to
that's
blow.
what I'm saying. They go, "Okay, it's set," and they get in the submarine and take off. And of course, if they were waiting 30 more seconds for it to decompress,
And it was actually kind of like Aliens. Remember when she's taking off? When they're taking off in the ship and you can see the planet, LV-426?
yeah,
They never actually used the word Acheron in the movie, even though people say they do. They don't.
Akron. Yeah,
And it blows. It kind of looked the same.
yeah,
from Aliens.
That's what I'm saying. It is. I think he stole it from Alien.
Stole everything.
I think
they
this
get
was
away.
supposed to be
And yeah, they land in the
a
water. And it's
remake
almost,
of Aliens.
and it's
wasn't
almost
it?
like Friday the 13th, man. It's just they're in the boat in the water.
Yep. And the creature comes jumping out
Yep.
to get McBride. Yeah, so it was kind of like the mother in Friday the 13th, or what's her name? And Jason coming out. Rah! You know how you get scared at the very end?
Yes.
And they all lived happily ever
didn't.
after.
Oh, yeah. He comes back up. He swims up. No explanation. What the hell happened?
And what happens at the very end of the movie is McBride and Joyce. They go into the inner tube, the raft that is going to take them off. And when that, first of all, when that ends, the movie ends kind of with that and them taking off. I'm like going, there's no land around. They're not out of the woods, Ted. They can die.
They've got no food. They're going to die of exposure.
Yeah, so
they have no cell
where's the
phone,
happy ending?
No satellite phone.
Where's the happy ending?
They don't even have 2 pointed sticks to make fire.
No. Fire in a raft. Let's make some fire. They got a little fire going in the middle of the raft.
You're absolutely right, dude. They're in the middle of nowhere.
You're thinking this is a happy ending, and I'm sitting
Unless
there going...
someone detects that explosion.
They're going to die. Yeah, I guess.
See, I was getting tired because it was about 11
but
o'clock
I didn't
last
see
night,
nothing.
So I didn't. But
I didn't see nothing to where, okay, they're notified that we're leaving. Although they do say we have the permission to get topside, whatever.
Well, topside, schmopside. There ain't nobody waiting for them.
Right, but nevertheless, before
they're dead. How long are they gonna last? They got no water, no food.
But before that
2-3 days.
Yeah, before that happens, and this was the controversial kind of ending in part of the movie that people were like, some people were put off by it and some weren't, but they do get back in the raft and they they're all wet and everything like that, and McBride and Joyce they're ready to get married and stuff like that, and have a family.
That's right.
And
ready to settle down.
They talk early on about Joyce being pregnant, with some stuff, but she really wasn't pregnant.
She lied about the whole thing to hook them.
Right, but
That's what they do.
They jump in a raft, and this is the footage that I think they added later on in like '95 or something.
Maybe
like
in
that.
the Criterion Laserdisc.
Yeah, but they jump in a raft, and they almost got an X rating because they ripped their clothes off and started having sex like right in the raft, and he goes, "Shut up, bitch! You're wet already." And, but there's a little banter back and forth about how wet she should be, and are we going raw, and I really want a baby, and stuff like that. So there was some controversy about that, part of the edition and the Criterion.
Could always go in the
edition,
stink.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what he said? Do you want it in the pink or the stink?
Well, she says I want a baby, so.
Oh, in the stink.
Yeah.
Then.
That's where you have babies. But
in the stink.
But yeah, no, it was a very controversial film for its time.
Yeah. Immediately pulled.
Sean Cunningham soon after got another Friday the 13th movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that's it, man.
There we go.
That's the movie.
That's the film. The film.
But
the film is okie dokie.
Seriously though, I mean, it was an okay movie. I really enjoyed it. I wish there was more creature in the movie.
Yeah, that's why I actually texted him this morning going,
yeah,
because I didn't know if you watch it. It's good. It's a decent enough movie, but it's a little disappointing. But definitely it's in a top 10 list of my most misleading trailers.
Kane Hodder from Friday the 13th was the stunt coordinator for the film.
Well, hot damn, that'll get all those Friday the 13th fans interested in this movie now.
I should put that
Kane Hodder. Like 8 million ears just pricked up.
I should put Kane Hodder's image in the thumbnail.
Yeah, I mean, you should just put things that are completely unrelated that'll just get people to click, Tits,
a naked
guns,
woman.
A little coronavirus thing. Like Yoo-Hoo. Jerry Stiller, whatever. I mean, just to get hits.
Oh,
I know.
God rest his soul. I mean, he's, 90... Was he
92.
92. Jerry Stiller, from Seinfeld fame.
Serenity Now.
Serenity Now. Yeah.
That was the name of our Seinfeld show.
Yes, it was.
Serenity Now.
Well, it's still, we'll see.
But anyway. We ever get any views on that first episode? Maybe we will now.
But, yeah.
You want a piece of me?
You got it! Festivus for the rest of us.
That's right. And here, the
pole.
Place to Be.
Yeah, the place to be. Oh, that was good.
The Place to Be.
When they had the pool table in George's old room, and the maestro came, and
they couldn't get the pool cues to work, and the maestro was up there, and he had his little baton, and Kramer's using that
shooting the balls with it.
What do we call it? We call it the place to be.
That's right. That's what it is. But yeah, no, it's
And none of them are wearing their pants.
Because you take them off, and you fold them, and you keep the crease in the pan. Oh, Ted's falling asleep. We'll get done with this. But yeah, so, this is kind of a quicker show today because...
felt like an hour.
Because it's, it was Deepstar 6, it wasn't a whole lot to talk about. We kind of veered off a bit on everything. Be sure to check out... Make sure if you don't hit that bell to hit that bell.
I'll be waking up 2 times in the middle of the night.
Subscribe. Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
If you're on iTunes and you're listening to this gem, be sure to leave us some feedback. 5 stars there on iTunes.
And if any of you know about that explosive decompression, I want to know. Because I'm probably not going to have time to look it up because I have
and Time Lord, maybe you'll let us know.
Yeah, why not?
We can always rest assured there,
Because I have to teach the kids tomorrow. I got to teach them history and shit.
And every Saturday night, if somebody's still watching right now or listening, every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, I've got horror trivia nights live on YouTube.
What movie are you going to do?
Well, I'm going through all the Halloween franchise. Because I can't.
Doesn't it end after the first one?
So this Saturday...
Oh, no, it just stops being...
I'm doing Halloween 3.
Oh, that one's okay.
Oh, yeah. Because
that
there's
okay.
nothing to do with...
Maybe that's why.
Friday the 13th.
I mean, I'm not saying it's really great, but it's not...
No, it's a fantastic movie.
I
love that.
I wanted to do it as a commentary one time, and I think you told me you didn't want to. Yep.
Wait a second. We didn't do a commentary on that?
We did not.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
You're talking to me. I know every damn movie we've done. I can name them all. Let's do the list. All 200 shows.
That's the good stuff. Sorry, I'm sucking on my yoo-hoo.
Suck that yoo-hoo.
Oh, God. Okay, so there you go, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, hanging with us as usual.
Hope you tolerated it.
And,
it was my fault. I picked that one.
Yeah, Ted picked it.
It wasn't horrible, just not really like a
you pick it
horror
next
film.
week, too, but it might be an interesting film.
Yeah,
so.
I got something nobody in this community. Ain't nobody touching this movie.
Ain't no one going to touch that.
Ain't nobody going to touch this movie.
So I'll leave you guys with that, and until next week, man, I'm glad we're back, sitting here like this.
That's right.
No Skype crap.
That's right. Just go outside and breathe in that COVID air.
Yeah. Later, guys. Peace. What the frick are we? We are off the